Okay, so the way we have it now, uh, these guys are created, they become second generation clones, and because they're all clones of the original, they become second generation clones. The original guy is just sitting there invisible, and he's going to make 20 clones of himself at random times. Then all these clones go to the next generation when they're created. They get ready, then they move to the edge, then they go away. Now we're going to make them shoot. So we're going to have to do a second script that's different than the move script. We need it to be separate because we're going to add, we're going to make it wait just like this one. And if we put that in this one, it would make it stop moving. So we need a second clone hatlock. These are going to go on at the same time. And we're going to say if, we're going to say if generation is 2, I'm sorry, if generation is 3, no, 2. If it's one of these purple things, it should randomly create clones of itself. So I'm going to duplicate this and put that in there. We're going to make it go a little faster. So pick a random number between 1 and 3. So let's try that. Oh, wait, before it does. If it's generation 2, it should create clones. If it's generation 3, it should look like the laser. So I'm plotting if else, if generation 3, we'll switch costumes. Or if it's just generation 2, it should do what it was, what it did before. So I'm gonna put that in there. So now it does what it creates. The original creates clones of itself randomly at random times, creates 20 of them. Every time they're created, they go up a generation. If it's generation 2, so if it's the first set of clones, they go down here because they're not 3, and they'll have 3 health. They'll go to a random spot. They'll become visible and they'll start moving down. I'll say the generation and the lasers too. We'll take that out in a second. Then they move down and move to the edge. While they're generation 2, they also shoot randomly. So they create clones of themselves. Again, when they are created as clones, that means they run this again. They go up a generation, so they go from 2 to 3. And then instead of doing this, like the originals, they switch their costume to the laser. And then we're going to have them go down. Yeah, instead of that, we'll duplicate this. Just like the other purple guys, the lasers will move down. They're going to move down faster, like minus 15. And let's see how that looks. Hopefully our guys will spawn and be purple because they start at costume 1. then they shoot. And notice that they have the generation is 3 on the lasers. Okay, so in the next video, we'll tweak this a little bit. We can get rid of this generation stuff now that you see how that works. So now you shouldn't see that. In the next video, we'll try to get them firing a little faster. And then we will add the combat system. So we'll make it so the lasers actually hurt.